So my name is Gillian, and I am the coordinator for the National Student Recruitment Team with the University of Calgary. I also graduated from the University of Calgary about 3 years ago now with a Bachelor of Commerce degree in International Business. I also have the lovely Hannah joining me today in the chat. So if you have any questions at all, you can direct them her way and she can answer them. At the University of Calgary, we're home to 28,000 undergraduate students. At the U of C, we have a saying here where we are all dinos, and not just in our athletics, but we're making sure we're challenging ourselves to be the best that we can be in all aspects of our university experience. We have a 94% graduate employment rate and a 95% first year retention rate. So this gives students the ability to, this means students have the ability to be successful in their program and enjoy studying here. So they're more likely to continue their studies with the University of Calgary. At the University of Calgary, we have our campus on a park-like setting. So you'll notice that there's a bunch of different buildings all together. It's about 10 minutes from one side to another, and you'll be able to find all the different amenities right on campus for you to use throughout the year. So that can be health and dental, fitness center, different athletic facilities. Our residence is located right on campus with the dining center located close by for students to get their meals. But we also have different food spots all around the campus. We have different study spots, some great lecture and lab facilities as well. My favorite building as a student was the Taylor Family Digital Library, which is the most technological library in North America, but it's also a really great place for students to find some quiet study spots or hang out with their friends. There's also a transit station located right along the campus there. You get a UPass included in your fees when you study here. So you have really easy access to go all around the city, train around, maybe go to downtown, which is about 15 minutes away by train. You may choose to live on campus, and this is a really great decision as it'll give you an opportunity to really immerse yourself within the whole campus community, make new friends, and also experience a really something unique that you wouldn't really be able to experience outside of university. If you do plan on living on campus, you just want to make sure you apply before May 1st to guarantee your 2-year residence. We also have a meal plan program that's available for students. It's an all you care to eat meal plan. So you can eat as much as you need 3 times a day. And there's a lot of different food options that are available. So when you come to the University of Calgary, you want to make sure that you're taking the time to do things that will make the most out of your experience here. We have over 300 different clubs for you to choose from. Students will attend Clubs Week in the beginning of the semester to scope out different clubs that they might be interested in. And that really gives them an opportunity to meet new people, do something that they enjoy, and build on some transferable skills. You can also build on some other skills like leadership through our Emerging Leaders program, or do some really important volunteer work, either domestic or international, through our UCalgary Cares program. We also hold different sporting events throughout the year, such as Pack the Jack or Kickoff, which are really fun to attend. A great way for you to spend your Saturday night with your friends and cheering on the dinos. So when you are thinking about university, make sure you're thinking about all the different ways you can enhance your experience and build on your skill set and make your time at UC a lot more memorable and impactful. At the University of Calgary, we are the #6 research institution in Canada. So we have a lot of notable research that's going on with the University of Calgary. degree, and also gives the opportunity for our students to get involved. Make sure you are connecting with your prof. A lot of the time they're working on research projects that you can get involved with and get some really relevant experience during your degree and some great references as well. We also have lots of different embedded certificates that students can complete in order to enhance their degree in certain areas such as entrepreneurial thinking, sustainability, as well as leadership. At the University of Calgary, we have 8 different undergraduate faculties to choose from. It's really important that you're taking the time to look at all the different programs that we have that interest you. Make sure you're choosing something that fits with what you're looking for. Look at the different career opportunities that are available with your undergraduate degree so you can make the most informed decision as well. You can find all of our different programs in our review book or on our website if you want to check that out. But I'll also go through them briefly here as well. So with the Faculty of Arts, we have our biggest faculty here. There's a lot of different diverse programs to choose from art history to law and society to economics. So a lot of different options. You can always choose to customize your degree if you're interested in a few different things and complete a combined degree in 5 years. With the Haskayne School of Business, that was actually my faculty. I completed a Bachelor of Commerce in International Business, and students are able to apply to Haskayne directly from high school and choose their concentration right away. Your first 2 years of a Bachelor of Commerce degree are a broad-based curriculum, and then you'll be able to specialize later in your later years. With the Faculty of Science, we have a broad range of programs as well, from astrophysics to plant biology. So a lot of different options to choose from as well. They've also introduced the new science internship program for students so they can complete a full paid internship. With the Cummings School of Medicine, it's important to note that this is not med school or a direct pathway to med school. It's its own separate program where you will study within the community of health. So we have 2 undergraduate degree programs, a Bachelor of Community Rehab, as well as Bachelor of Health Sciences. And then with the Faculty of Nursing, you can also apply direct entry to a Bachelor of Nursing to complete, to become a registered nurse. With the Workland School of Education, we have a great program pathway, the 5-year combined degree that allows students to complete a Bachelor of Education degree as well as another co-degree in just 5 years. And then the SCHULICH School of Engineering, so you can apply in your direct entry as well, but your first year again is sort of like a common first year program, and then students will actually have the ability to guarantee their placement after their first year. With the Faculty of Kinesiology, it's rated the #1 sports science school in North America. They have a lot of really awesome research that goes on in their faculty. We have a human performance lab where they study the movement of the human body and measure O2 levels. They design sporting equipment there. So really, really awesome stuff within that faculty. And then you'll notice some other programs on the side there, such as medicine, law, architecture, vet med. Those programs you would apply to after you've completed some undergraduate degree education, and you can choose any undergraduate degree to apply to those programs. So again, make sure you're choosing something that you actually enjoy. The more you enjoy it, the more successful you'll be. Important things to note here is that med is only available for Alberta residents, and basically to become an Alberta resident, you just need to live in Alberta for 1 year without being considered a student. And then for medicine, you will need to be considered a Canadian student, Canadian or a permanent resident. Just to quickly break down how this works, you select your main focus of study, your major, and then you can always customize your degree like I mentioned earlier. So whether that's doing a combined degree and selecting two different programs to apply to, or after your first year, you can choose to select a minor and add that into your degree or integrate an embedded certificate. So our application actually opened yesterday, which is really exciting. So you can actually submit your application now as soon as you can. The big question when should you apply? The earlier, the better. So really highly recommend students applying as soon as possible. They'll apply online through a single application. So if you're an Alberta student, studying the Alberta curriculum, you can apply through Apply Alberta. And then if you're outside of Alberta, then you can apply directly through our website and it will lead you to our application. The application process is a continuous process. So we'll look at you throughout the whole application cycle, possibly multiple times to reevaluate if we need to. And I really want to stress here that there's no disadvantage to applying earlier. The earlier you apply, the better, so that we can begin to evaluate as soon as possible. When you do submit your application, you'll be able to select two program choices. Your first program choice is the program that you'll really be interested in and you really want. Your second is a program that you are still interested in, but has a lower admission requirement. Just in case you don't get into your first program choice, you'll get into your second. Some important pieces to note here about admissions. So with our Bachelor of Health Sciences program, you will need to submit a supplementary application upon when you do the general application. And then with fine arts, dance and music, you'll need to audition for, and visual studies, you'll need to submit a portfolio. But all of our other programs that we have, we're just looking at your transcripts. So we're evaluating using your your 5 required courses based on the program that you're interested in. So that, for example, it could be Bachelor of Arts. We're looking at your English, 3 approved courses, and then a 5th approved course or option. With engineering, we're a little bit more specific. So we'll be looking at English, pre-calculus, calculus, chem, physics, or bio. Something to note with engineering is you will be able to apply to engineering with biology if that is the pathway you would like to go through. But if you use biology to apply to engineering, you will need to attend a 4-week bio institute or bioengineering institute prior to when you start in the fall. So basically, when we're evaluating for admission, we're just looking at your transcripts, looking at these 5 required courses and calculating your admission average. And you'll notice some averages listed on the slide here. You'll find them in the view book as well as online. And these averages are just estimated averages based on the previous year. So you'll want to keep that in mind. They can fluctuate throughout the cycle. But it does give you a good idea of where it will end up. Some specific information for homeschool applicants. So how do you qualify? If you're studying the Canadian curriculum, we're just looking for those provincial diploma exam results based on those required courses for the program that you're intended to go into. If you're studying the US curriculum, we'll also just need to see those final scores for calculating the admission average. And for any international curriculum, we'll again just need to see those scores from your college entrance exams. We also have some different admission processes that are available for students. So there's the diverse qualifications process. We understand that there are students that achieve success outside of their academics, or experience significant hardships. So students can choose to apply for diverse qualifications on their application. We'll always initially look at students through the standard admission process, but come May, if students have not received an offer yet and have applied through diverse qualifications, we'll be able to look at their application again through a different lens. With the Indigenous admissions process, so if students self-identify as Indigenous on their application, again, we'll always look at students through the standard admission process first, but if we need to, we can look at them through the Indigenous admission process, and we have newly introduced the Indigenous supplementary admissions process. So students can complete either a video submission or a written sort of like profile statement, a little bit telling them about themselves so that they can be evaluated sort of by a case-by-case process by the faculties. So what can we use with homeschool applicants? So again, we would use those diploma exam scores, but if you are missing certain courses required for your degree program, students are encouraged to complete AP exams to meet those requirements. They can also take IB courses or any other national curriculum courses through an accredited school. If you have completed SAT subject tests previously, we'll still be able to accept those as well. Once we have those scores, those final grades received and uploaded on your student center, we'll be able to evaluate using them. We'll just want to make sure to finalize your offer. We'll need to see those final official transcripts. It's really important, again, for you guys to apply as soon as you can, as sometimes programs can fill up. So it's good to apply early and make sure you have everything in as soon as possible, all of your courses for us to evaluate you off of. Again, if you have completed SAT subject tests previously, this is just a little chart showing you what the equivalencies are. So for example, if you took math level 1, it would be equivalent to our math 30-1. If you took math level 2, that would be equivalent to both math 30-1 and math 31, which is calculus. If you haven't studied at least 3 years in full-time studies in English at an accredited Canadian, British, or American accredited curriculum, then you might need to meet English language proficiency. So you would do so by taking one of the English language tests listed here. Something new that we have introduced last year was a Duolingo English language test that you can take to meet English language proficiency. So once you receive a conditional offer of admission, you'll just want to make sure that you maintain that offer by maintaining your average, as well as completing all the required courses for your program. It's also important to note that any courses that will be used in the admission process need to be completed by June 30th. After you submit your application, you'll be able to upload your transcripts on your student center with any transcripts that you have completing your grade 11 courses or any completed grade 12 courses. And then we'll receive your final official transcripts by August 1st to finalize your offer. If you are studying in Alberta and completing an Alberta curriculum, then you'll be able to just apply through Apply Alberta, and we'll be able to receive your transcripts on your behalf. So you won't actually need to upload anything. And again, you'll want to make sure that all courses are completed by June 30th. Some tuition information here. This will give you an idea of what that looks like for a full year. So that tuition that's listed there is for 10 courses in a full year. And then we've also estimated out some other costs like your books and supplies, personal expenses, your mandatory fees, and then also if you plan on living on campus. A really great tool to use is our cost estimator. So you can actually scan that code as well using your phone. And you can basically filter out different options based on your specific situation and get a better idea of what your tuition and fees will look like. And something to support with funding your education is scholarships and awards. We have over $17 million in scholarships, bursaries, and awards available. So it's really important for students to submit their application. We have 3 different categories for awards. Automatic awards, you don't need to apply for, obviously, but we have the President's Admission Scholarship. So if you get 95% or higher, for example, you'll get $5,000 automatically. Then we have high school entrance awards. So those have a deadline for March 1st, but it's one application that you submit, and then it includes all the different scholarships that are available under that category. It's a super quick and easy process. It'll take you maybe 15 minutes to complete, but a really important one to apply to. Next, we have the Prestige Awards. Those ones are higher valued awards. So again, really important to apply to. And the deadline is December 1st. So another good reason to apply early so that you can also be considered and apply for Prestige Awards. This application takes a little bit longer because you want to be really thoughtful with how you're answering the questions so that you're able to stand out and be eligible for some really awesome awards. So a lot of information kind of thrown at you, but I just want to break it down a little bit with some steps. So the first thing to do is really to research the different programs that we have, as well as our program requirements. We have a really great resource online, our admission widget, that can help you figure out your specific program requirements, but they can also be found in your view book. And again, just take the time to look at what the program has to offer and see if it fits your interests. Then you'll want to submit your application as soon as you can. Like I said, the application already opened yesterday, and you'll want to submit that, pay that application fee as well. And then you can upload your documents as soon as you can so that we can begin the evaluation process. And then you want to apply for Prestige Awards by December 1st and your high school scholarships and awards by March 1st. And you can apply for scholarships and awards even if you have not received an offer already. And throughout the cycle, you'll want to continue checking your student center for any changes or updates on your to-do list. And that's also where you'll be able to monitor your admission status. And then you can apply for living on campus by May 1st to guarantee your first 2-year residence. And then hopefully you receive an offer to the University of Calgary. You'll pay the deposit and accept your offer by May 1st and start in September. So thank you so much for listening to my presentation. If you guys have any questions at all, you can continue to put them in the chat. If you think of any questions later on, though, you can always email us at future.students@ucalgary.ca. And you can also be sure to follow us on our social media. It's student run by one of our co-op students, so it's really awesome. There's always some student features on there. You can learn about the different faculties that we have and any updates or reminders throughout the application cycle. And be sure to continue checking out all the different sessions that we have going on around open house, some virtual tours that you can check out to see what our campus is like, visit the faculty booths to talk with our faculty advisors and current students, and look at our other discovery sessions as well. But I'll just take a look at the chat now to see if there's any other questions. I don't see any other ones in here, but we'll stick around just in case you have some more. Oh, just saw the comment in the chat, but if you have no other questions, you are free to go attend some other sessions that we have going on, or check out our exhibit hall in V Fairs, and enjoy the rest of your open house.